Hello there, Gemini. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Gemini for May of 2019. For all of us that are new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck as the overall view of the month, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading, hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. That makes all of us Geminis, I guess, named Frankie for the time of the reading. The other thing is look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month. And I don't believe the cards will go week by week. I believe they'll blend in and out through like a theme throughout the month for us. Now I have a short message for us, and it is either or. That's what I keep hearing in my head. Either or. Either we are going to be like really outgoing and happy and spending times with friends, or we are going to be staying at home, closing the door, doing our kind of like our own little thing. Let's put it that way. We'll do whatever it is that we want to do, which may mean moving, not entertaining the friends, or not doing those things for a short period of time. The other part of that message is to remember the order of the universe. First, we say thanks to God or source or universe or whatever you want to call it, our higher selves, for what we have. We take care of ourselves, or there is no me as a Gemini to take care of anyone else. I feel like we may be worried maybe about someone and wanting to help them, and to remember not to harm ourselves in the process. Basically, that's how the message was going. We have really good words there: humor, education, truth, peace, and risk. Risk. Well, I like risk because our first card here is the Ten of Pentacles. This is bucks for us Geminis. That means we're in like it's a really happy card. Pentacles are earth energy. It means we're in a really good state financially. Let me think. We're solid, we're secure where we stand. Maybe that's why that last part of the message is coming in. This would be a really peaceful place where we could take risks, but we would evaluate the risks we were taking. We would educate ourselves, like, let's, because it's money, let's say we were going to lend somebody money. Do they actually bring it or give it back? Have we done it before and we weren't compensated or reimbursed? Let's see. We can focus on our family with this. Our all of the work, the planning, the things that we have done to stabilize ourselves financially are paying off. And it's like getting the opportunity to see the fruits of our labor, which is a really nice place for us Geminis to be. I know the last few years have been really rough and destabilizing on a lot of us, so maybe now things are starting to balance out for the majority of us, and that's a good place to be. When we get this card, we can like put our focus on home and family, things that bring us pleasure, bring us joy. If we have like successfully done whatever business or job that we have, um, whatever it is we are stable in that flow now. And if there's anything like that we want or need, maybe we could go buy something for ourselves, maybe a second home, a vacation home, go on a vacation, and we'd be thinking a lot about, or having the time to think about family and the things that make us happy and the things that bring us joy. But seeing this card like as an overall thing for the month makes me think, what am I planning for myself? What am I planning for myself that maybe because I have this big plan, I've been um, saving for or putting monies aside or working really hard for, right? Um, and if I am doing that and someone is in need, am I willing, like willing to give up? What I want to say is willing to give up what I've been planning in order to give it to someone else. Now, some of us might, and some of us might not. So I think we really need to educate ourselves, tell ourselves the truth. Maybe we don't want to do that right now because right underneath it is the Wheel of Fortune, so if I'm stabilized financially and I'm sure things are going up, and then I might want to. But for those of us that finally, got ourselves into a state where we feel like this. I don't know where it's going to come down on any of our lives. Some of us it might be financially, others of us, even though it's not the Ten of Cups, it could be an emotional, thing that we're going through. Do I want to give up, more, or do I want to do the thing I wanted to do? And I'm looking down at that peace and risk and the word truth. So if I'm giving it away, is it a risk that I can't afford to take? That's the way they're saying it to me. Is it a risk I can't afford to take, or am I plentiful? I think that is because of that original message that we got. The original one, make sure you say thanks, take care of you, or there is no you to take care of anyone else. And Spirit's simple. We as human beings really complicate that. Because, see where our next card is here. Now we have the Five of Cups energy, and that's when we're looking backwards at the past over past wrongs, past losses, past disappointments, past hurts. It symbolizes like a state of mind of looking backwards at the painful past and refusing to turn around and look at these two full cups here that are waiting for us in our future and in our now. The unhappiness can be can be a result of an attitude that we have, and we can easily change an attitude, right? It's our attitude. We don't have to keep it if we don't want it. We could continue to brood over what went wrong, or we can turn around and maybe contemplate what can go right in the future. We don't have to be miserable, Gemini. That's what they're saying. We don't have to be miserable unless we enjoy misery. That's just aggravating. We are funny people. Put on our sense of humor. Be at peace. Turn around. These cups, I think, symbolize spilled wine. And personally, in this card, and I don't know if I can get the glare off of there for you. There, I think I got it. It looks like spilled blood. So, it may be unhappy. We may be really unhappy. But what I'm saying is the cups that are here in now and in the future, they look half empty, so we could fill them with anything we want. So, since these are general readings, I can't place it for you. Is it relationships or emotional things, that I'm boo-hooing over my past? Is it career choices I made? Is it maybe, for some of us, this may be the warning. Like if we've given money to someone that's never handled it before well, they're not going to handle it well. Maybe we don't want to, because it would be an emotional tie to it. But when I see this card, I know there's something way better for us. Way, way, way better. So even if this, for those of us, I'm going to say it like this, for those of us that this month may get a little rough, or there's decisions and choices because of our next card that we have here that we need to make, and the next card is the death card, and no, that doesn't mean we're dying, Gemini, but decisions and choices we have to make. I think we should really evaluate, like really evaluate where we stand, because the death card and our word, peace and truth, those words, sense of humor here. This is pretty grim illustration of this, but it actually indicates transformation for the positive. It doesn't mean physical death. Usually when we're experiencing this, it's some kind of a metamorphosis of some sort, and a destruction of, how do I want to say this? A destruction of old, outworn circumstances that have been holding us back from new development, like this, that have been holding us back from new development to new development. It means something's being like totally regenerated at a really deep level in us, and superficial ain't gonna cut it. That's exactly how they're saying to say it. It's a time for change, and there isn't any doubt about it, especially with that Five of Cups energy here. So the patterns we found workable, right? What we found workable are no longer working, and we will eliminate them or destroy them to make room for the new that is coming into being. And that's that Ten of Pentacles and the Five of Cups energy rolled up into one. Now, in this card, there's a white rose here. Usually there's two flowers, or one's red and one's white. But to me, this card has that white rose, and that's the symbol of doing fresh new start and fresh new beginning. Now I know we all have a lot on our plates, and we have had, and that's what they're saying. These last 2 years for all of us, maybe up to 3 years, have been pretty rough. But now this is stabilized. What don't we want? Quit looking at what didn't work and say, or reminiscing about, oh, I was hurt, I was this, I was that, or I was betrayed. Quit it and fill it up and transform it to what we do want. And at the same token, I'm going to say, don't take that past with us. If we want a fresh new start, if we want the fresh new beginning, Spirit is saying that we are to state what it is that we want. If it is not forthcoming, is the word they're saying. If it is not forthcoming, whether it's in work, career, relationships, maybe partnership, friendship, things like that. If it's not forthcoming, and I'm actually not going to get it, I'm supposed to decide and look, what am I going to fill the 2 cups that are standing there that can bring that bright, wonderful new future, right? I can't place this in our lives. Each one of us will know where it is. I actually really wish I could. That's the difficulty in doing a general reading. I can't, Sometimes they'll come up and look as if, oh, this is going to be all relationship or this is going to be all career. This one doesn't quite look like that because our next card here is the Eight of Swords. So what I want to say is, earth plane energy here by the end of the month and all through this month being really, really good. What is it that I actually don't, kind of want around in my life anymore? Because the Eight of Swords is almost exactly the same as the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card of choice, but it's a card of denial. So I've absolutely have my eyes blindfolded in that Two of Swords energy, and I'm denying there's a problem, even though I feel a problem. And this, the Eight of Swords, the tension of this and the difference between the two of them is that denial energy. But with the Eight of Swords, we are completely, totally aware and conscious of the choices that are available to us despite this, despite it. There's a feeling that comes with this card of being trapped, either in either of being unable or unwilling to make a choice, and because of that, it maintains this painful state, if that makes any sense. We hold ourselves in a painful state. A lot of people think this is a really bad card, but actually I don't. She's blindfolded in this card. She's surrounded by 8 swords. They're stuck. The premises of this is they are stuck in sand. Actually, you can't really see it in this card, but you can see it would be like to me it looks like the leaf on a pond, a lily pond, like the leaf on a lily in your pond, if you ever saw those that float around in your pond. That's what it looks like to me. So what would be in front of it if I had a water plant would be sand. So these swords, if she just jiggled herself, right, would all fall over. It looks like it's a great big barrier. It's a situation that causes great unhappiness, but we are not without the resources or the ability to change whatever it is that matters to us. Just like the death card, the bad situation's kind of a temporary situation. If we think about it as in, well, this is only 1 month reading, it might be just a temporary situation. But in this card, in my other deck, this lady's blindfolded, right, and tied up. But in this deck, she's not only blindfolded, her mouth is covered. So she also cannot speak. Now, these are just like loose ribbons, is what I want to say, around her, or a loose scarf that's tying her up. So if she even just shook a little bit, she could get one hand free, pick up one of those swords, and cut off that blindfold and look at the situation very clearly and determine what she wants to see change, okay? Because this is like actually must be affecting us this month because of that Five of Cups energy, the Death card energy. It must be affecting us. Like, okay, now, I can't hold my tongue any longer. I've got to speak it. And I think that's why the word risk is in here. Also, what am I risking if I speak, right? Well, I'm not risking a damn thing because the next card is this Ten of Swords, which tells me that this is alterable. This is a card of extreme anxiety. It can be nightmares, tension, unhappiness, regrets over past mistakes and misfortunes, like the Five of Cups energy. Um, and it happens whether or not the facts bear it out or, bear it out or not. It's possible that whatever we fear is true, right? But what I say with this card is usually what we fear the most never happens. That's how this card strikes me. Like, I know the tiger's at the door, and I just said that must have showed up in another one that I did, YouTube I did. Tiger's at the door, we open up the door, and it's a pussycat. So it is not, when we face the fear, it's like pretty much over. It means our mind is being troubled by all these bad dreams and like horror fantasies. The oh my God, what would happen ifs? So we're playing it out a lot of times to the extreme. Like I said, where it's coming from may not be a known factor, but it's something that's coming up because it's probably a deep-rooted fear, and it's there to be recognized and resolved. So the way I see this card, you know, is like if that fear is there and it's there to be recognized and resolved, I am the one that has the capacity this month to resolve it for myself. This card always reminds me, and I don't know about you guys, but me, I've spent time and time again, nights up at finishing a fight, let's say, with someone. I should have said something else, or, I should have said it this way or that way. So I'm up arguing all night long, right? Saying, and then I would do this, and then I would do that, and I would say that to you, and I would do that. And the whole time the other person's sleeping, they're not losing 1 ounce of sleep or even worrying about it because they don't care, you know. So I'm the one losing the sleep for absolutely nothing. So I want to decide. I got, 2 whole cups there. I have things I have to transform. I got choices. I always have choices with that Eight of Swords energy. We think about it like this, okay? So stand up, get your laughing on, your sense of humor, Gemini, look at ourselves, educate ourselves, tell ourselves the truth, and then say, what's going to bring me peace? And what the heck am I really risking if, why am I the one having the sleepless nights, And and then speak. Open our eyes, speak, Fill those future cups, transform what we need to transform because we get both of these wonderful things. Like this is right under this Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is turning in our favor, is right under that Ten of Pentacles energy. And to me, that's like super exciting and a good place for us to be in or at this state of the journey, So it's move on. The message that feels really strong is move forward on the path that is best suitable for me. Best suitable for me. Say thanks for what I have. Take care of myself, right? First, or there's no me left to take care of anybody. And it's so simple that we almost have to laugh, like our word humor. It's so simple, and it brings such peace, such a sense of I am standing in my truth and in my power. And it's really a great type of energy. What's our angel card? You can't make it up, Gemini. Go for it is our angel card. Why are we losing sleep? Go for it. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis. We continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path and it will take you very far indeed. I'm like, wow. Like I said, you cannot make up these cards. They're saying, quit holding ourselves. Quit holding ourselves back. Quit holding ourselves down. It's not getting us anywhere. Where's our rest of it here? It's pretty sad when you have to say A, B, C, D, E, F, G before you can get to the right page. You drew this card as encouragement for a situation that you're asking about. The angels reassure you of a positive outcome, provided you continue to pour love and guided action into the situation. The additional meanings are don't hesitate, now is the right time. You're on the right path. The idea you have is divinely inspired, and the angels foresee a successful outcome. And I cannot think of a better successful outcome than these two cards together, Gem. I can't think of a better one. So don't look backwards and boo-hoo over the spilled whatever. Move, transform it, change it, take off the blindfold, quit losing sleep over it, and get on with it. There we go. That'll bring us our truth, our peace, and what we risk will be worth it to us. That's how they said to say it. Well, Gemini, that's our reading for this month, and I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I truly appreciate them. And if anybody wants to know more about me or Neb about me, all the information is over at the website. It's in the About section down below the screen. And if you need to set an appointment with me, all of the information to be able to do that is over at the website. The prayer class and sutra classes I made for you guys, there's 2 short videos there at the website. Sutras are thought forms. You put in a simple meditation that takes 5 minutes a day, enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. It fine-tunes them for this kind of work. Prayer class is how to format prayers for this kind of work and manifestation and why you do it the way that you do. They're over there at the website, and to everybody I met through 3 whole years of doing YouTube videos, and to everyone I met through 31 years of doing this work, according to my husband, I want to tell you all, it's been an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to be able to serve you. I'll see you back here next month, hopefully. Bye-bye.